wetland, vertical or horizontal, and different configurations of the different type of wetlands to see with different qualities of different animal ponds, to see which is the best configuration to then be able to reuse the water in several uses purpose. So this is not obviously full-scale project, but at the end of the project what we want is for each quality, for each animal basin, we want to have the best configuration to then do the scaling up and to replicate in different parts of the zoo. And we are here with this, we go, the people from the zoo go to the different ponds.
Yes, you see, we collected the water from the lakes with the pump
the pump inside the water of the pond.
Yes, and transporting from the fish installations, okay, with the help to the truck dumper.
Yes. So that is very tricky, so it's not easy. Yes. It's difficult. Each time that we change that.
You are driving a truck?
No yet.
No yet. Okay. And then the water transferred from this container to all of this. This container have a
agitation for the suspended solid.
Yes, and then
there is a pump.
Yes, with the pump.
Yes,
and then
we feed the system.
Yes.
Okay, and then we feed the system. Now we are working with the vertical 1 and 2, fill it with gravel. Then it feeds those two. And we have here behind Maria Angeles the control system for the agitator and also the feeding, the pumping. And then we have here also the control system from the activated aeration. This is the vertical with the activated aeration. We have these tubes, and this is the activated tubes for the activated aeration are in the bottom of the wetland. And this is the other tank filled with gravel. Without any activation. All of the tubes of connection are behind the vertical, and then now we connected the vertical one with the horizontal two, that is the last one, and the vertical two is connected with the horizontal one.
Yes. Basically, the thing is that here inside we have a pump. Okay, this pump is connected to a system that can be, even we have an application, online application, so we can
remote control.
The control. So we begin with hydraulic load, and if the results are okay, we will continue increasing it to reach the point that we say, okay, this is the maximum. So what we try here is we have the first 4 pilots are vertical flow. Why we want to test this is because they need less space to treat the same quantity of organic matter pollutant that the horizontal ones, but on the contrary, they are more complicated to operate because we need a pump. So in this case, we have 4 pilots. The 4 are different. 2 are with sand, because we have some water that doesn't have a lot of suspended solids, a lot of pollution. So if this water goes directly with the gravel, it will not filtrate at all, because the water will pass too quick. So the last 2 are of sand, and the first 2, 1 and 2, are of gravel. And the innovation here of the gravel is that the first one that is more, you see like there are some devices, is because this one is aerated artificial, and this is quite new. And these kind of systems are working very well and are used in some industries for high strength wastewater. And they remove more with the same square meter. So we want to see, and we have already seen that it works very well. And also for pathogens. They remove a lot of pathogens.
And the aeration is continuous?
Aeration, yes.
No,
I know
not continuous.
The aeration
4
is-
hours with air, 4 hours without air, 4 hours with air, and the total of the day is 12 hours with air and 12 hours without air. Yeah.
That's the pen. This is because this was a company that are very specialized in this, Wetcom of the north of Spain. And they, depending on the water, sometimes they can try, but they told us that at the beginning they do intermittently. We could change, but we don't want to change because now we want to see to compare the two, so we don't want to add more variables to the system. And so basically here, yes, the water is pumped in the verticals. So we are using the two at the time to compare. Okay, so to compare, and now we are with the hippopotamus pygmy water.
Very, very highly contaminated.
Very high contaminated, so we use the gravel, not the sand. And then from the gravel is a lot. Yesterday you saw the results, a lot of organic matter, a lot of suspended solids, some pathogen to lock units, more or less. And then there is some nitrification. There is not a lot of ammonia, not phosphorus, but there is some nitrification. And then from here they go to the horizontal ones. When in the next month we will do the trials with water that are not so high strength, we will use the two with sand. Okay. The two with sand, of course, the sand always when we have a wetland with sand, they work much better, a lot more of efficiency. That's for sure. No, this is not new. But what we wanted to see is if for some kind of water of the zoo, they work well and not clogged. Because the problem of the sand, it can be that the clogging. Let's hope, I don't think it will clog because the suspended solids of some water are not so high. And here we want to try, because the sand is a little bit expensive, so we want to try two different heights, depths of sand to see if really we need 1 meter or maybe with 60 centimeters about is enough.
And what about sand? Could you use from the sea sand or
No,
or not?
no, it's not allowed.
Because there
It's
is
from
a
the
lot of-
carries. No, it's not allowed, and it will be not a good sand because the very important thing in the wetlands vertical is the granulometry. I mean, this is the most important design. Is the size of the material and the hydraulics. There is nothing more at the end. No, in the wetland is the hydraulics and the type of material. And then all four are granted with fragmites. You can use other plants, but since we wanted to test a lot of variables, we don't want to have another. So
Antonina, why not combining gravel and sand in the same one?
you cannot combine gravel and sand and gravel because then with the sand will go at the bottom.
Yeah.
Normally, and normally when this happened at the beginning, some wetland were like this, it creates like with the time, ¿cómo se dice? Like a layer of clogged sand. It's very important not to have different kind of materials, and if you have different kind of materials, to study in the middle to have an intermediate layer. Yeah.
Yeah.